Hello everyone, how's it going? I'm WoWcrendor and welcome back to something I haven't done in a while. WoW stories. Specifically vanilla WoW stories. But I might just make it WoW stories 'cause I'd like to talk about things, not just from vanilla WoW, so... I'm going to combine vanilla WoW stories and WoW stories. But this is a series, if you don't know, where I used to just fly around a specific zone and just kind of talk about my experiences there, types of stuff that happened there, and WoW in general. Anything I can remember nostalgic. It's pretty much me just nostalging out about being in that zone. So, for example, I did one on Crossroads and the Barrens. I did one on Winter Spring. I did one on Blackrock Mountain. If you just search WoW Stories Crendor, I'm sure you'll find a whole bunch of them. But I realized I haven't done one on Stranglethorn. And Stranglethorn is easily one of my most favorite zones. It has some of the most nostalgia out of like all the zones. It's just I can't believe I haven't made a video on it. So Stranglethorn, let's start in Booty Bay. This is like one of the zones where you start realizing you're getting to the higher levels, right? For example, in vanilla WoW, you used to go from what was it? Durotar. So you'd start in Durotar. You'd go to the Barrens, the Crossroads, and you would always see the boat, right? You'd always see that boat at Ratchet, and you're like, where's that boat go to? And it was almost like a little tease they did for you. And so you head over here, and you're like, oh, what's this place? Booty Bay. And of course, if you're PvP enabled, you'd run out here, and you'd get ganked, and be like, ah! And you'd kind of learn, like, hey, this is where people get ganked. And I guess you would also get ganked at the Crossroads, but I think it wasn't PvP enabled. I think you still had to actually enable PvP because it was like a Horde second tier zone. And so this place specifically was the first like, oh, all right. Oh wait, is it Pirate Day? It's still Pirate Day, right? It is Pirate Day. That's why everyone's here. So that was fitting. But yeah, you come here and you're like, oh shit, I can die here. And this tunnel as well. Oh my god, this little shark tunnel, dude. I love the aesthetic of Booty Bay. Like, it's just all these planks of wood put together, all the goblins running it. You got it's like a port, obviously. And you got all this action going on. It's the first ever kind of neutral place as well that you would go to, at least horde-wise. So Booty Bay is just that type of place. You come here, you get your quests, even if you don't get your quests yet. Obviously the Cataclysm wrecked it. The bell's gone. They've been repairing this thing for years, man. These goblins aren't doing anything. Yeah, so then, like I said, you go through this little tunnel. You don't see the shark here, obviously, but you fly on through. And hey, it's the shark mouth. With the pirate flag, got a little lantern there. I remember there was some quest stuff down there. And then over here is that island with the big gorillas on it, or whatever it is. Why is my thing... Whenever I click off the screen, it still drops to 30 FPS. Hold on. Let me give it a little bump up. Advanced. Background 60, please. 61, fine. Now if I click off, boom. Okay, we're good. So, yeah, there's that island. And then here's the more of the pirate stuff over here. I always remember this area because of Mindflame and Illegal Danish. This is where that was kind of filmed. So I always relate this area to Mindflame and Illegal Danish. So yeah, that's pretty much this area of Stranglethorn. And then, as we move up, I mean, it used to be one big continent on top of it. It never used to be split up this badly. But Cataclysm did that. So we head up here. Do. And there's, of course, the Gurubashi Arena. Oh, shit, I missed the gorillas. Flying back. How could I miss the gorillas? So, I remember this area specifically because of how long it took to get this gorilla sinew. So, I remember... Well, actually, I forgot about this. This is why I like doing this stuff. I remember I brought my friend Steve. If you guys ever watch Relaxing Raid Runs, where I went back to all the old raids with my friend Steve, I brought Steve here when I was a higher level than him, and he was just starting out with the game. I was like on Billy. I was on my Billy orc named Kagon, and I brought him here, and I was like, dude, you gotta see this. This is crazy. These guys are like level 30-something. And he was like, whoa, because he was like level 15 or so. And then I brought him here, and he's like, gorillas. And I was like, these are some strong gorillas. And I don't know why. It's not even that. All right, sorry about that. For some reason, it stopped recording. I don't even know. Either way, I was getting into the story as well. This was, like I said, where I brought my friend Steve. Wasn't that great of a story, but just kind of walked around. You know, it's like back when you were new to the game, right? So everything's a little more vibrant. You're not just like, oh yeah, here's some dumb level 30 gorillas in Stranglethorn. You're like, what's this place? These things are high level. This is crazy. And that's part of the reason people, I think, have such nostalgia for WoW. Because it was just a new game, and it was a vastly new game, right? This was the World of Warcraft. This wasn't just like, oh yeah, level 3 of the... This is World of Warcraft. You're like, I'm not here yet. I can't wait to get here. This is going to be crazy. Like, you're looking forward to these moments of progression and just leveling and playing the game with your friends. And I don't know, there's just something to it. So on top of that, when you did get to this area, you had to get the aged gorilla sinew. And I will say, that quest, on top of the spider ichor in Taran Mill, easily some of the worst farming quests ever. It took me hours. I think it took me over an hour to get the aged gorilla sinew of constant killing of gorillas. It was so bad. And then I went to Thoughtbot at the time, and everyone's like, oh my god, this thing takes forever. And it was just... You don't forget things like that. You don't forget farming over an hour for one quest item off gorillas, and you hit a point where you just don't want to stop. You're like, I could abandon the quest, but I can't just do that. I can't just abandon the quest, man. Like, you devoted so much time to it, and you're like, I'm not going to stop until I get this thing, and then you finally get it, and it's like, oh. So, that's that. Then there's the Gurubashi Arena. I always thought this was a really cool place, just because it was like a big PvP arena to go to, and then the treasure always spawns. I tried to get it a few times, but I was always not good. I don't think I've gotten the treasure still, but, I mean... What are you gonna do? It's a cool idea. I think it's not... It's kind of like the pre-arena. It's almost like they're testing out arenas or something, and just like a world arena. And as we head over here... Hold on. What's over here? Crystal Vein Mine. I think that's the basilisks or whatever they are. One thing I always liked about Cataclysm is this big-ass whirlpool. Like, I'm not a fan of a lot of the Cataclysm changes, but this specifically I always thought was so cool. Like, when I think of the Cataclysm, this is one of the things I think about, right? I think of this big-ass whirlpool just separating Stranglethorn and just being like, and it's just spinning around, and you're like, oh man, what if I fall into that? What's going to happen? You die, if you want to know. Maybe you don't anymore. This was a while ago. I remember falling in and dying, but yeah. So as we move on, here's a little quest area. I always remember this area specifically for boar thrills. So if you've watched any of my Orc vs. Wilds, I would hope you have. If you haven't, please watch an Orc vs. Wild, because it's probably one of my best series I think I've done. At least it's one of the most fun series I've created. Or if you're a fan of any Survivor shows, you'll probably enjoy it. This was like the first spot I ever started filming at with boar thrills. And I remember that as well because that's kind of when I really started focusing more on like making YouTube WoW Machinima stuff, right? I was like, I'm gonna make this Boar Thrills Man vs. Wild parody. And so I remember this spot was just the first spot I ever filmed of him like running, being like, oh, I'm Boar Thrills. And so this little area I just have a whole bunch of nostalgia for. Just for that. And I remember like swimming across here and being like, oh, there's piranhas in the water, or whatever I said. I remember it so well that I don't remember what I said. Makes sense. But yeah, that was just one of those things. I almost want to make another Orc vs. Wild Stranglethorn, but I think the first one is just such a monumental video for just my YouTube career, if you want to call it that. So I don't like going back to those things. It just reminds me of movies, you know, when they make a sequel to a movie and you're like, it was okay, but it wasn't as good as the original. That's what I feel. I feel like it has that original charm, and I'm never gonna copy that. And so I don't. I guess the only downside is it's on the Machinima channel, which is like, either way, here we are at the Gromgal base camp, which, fun story here, at the Gromgal base camp, I remember coming here, like the first day I played, we flew on the Zeppelin from Orgrimmar, and, or I didn't, my friends did, that's what it was. My friends flew here on the Zeppelin from Orgrimmar, and we went out, or they went out into here, and we were on TeamSpeak, wherever we were on, and, I remember I hadn't gotten the game yet, and I was like, yeah, it's alright, I'll just get it pretty soon. They were like, oh my god, there we ran into raptors, this is crazy, there's these question mark level raptors, and they're just fighting us, we gotta take them out. And I just remember sitting there on TeamSpeak being like, I want to fight the raptors. I want to help fight the raptors, I want to be in the game, I want to play the World of Warcraft. And that was, this area specifically of hearing them fighting these, you know, level 26 raptors was one of my first ever moments of hearing about WoW, and just being on TeamSpeak and just being like, shit, dude, this sounds like a crazy game of exploration and fun, and it just, you don't know what's happening. It's just, blah. So that's another thing. As we fly over here, here's all the ruins with the ogres in them. I did make a video about those ogres and aggro. I think it's how to win at aggro or something, but I mean, I don't have much nostalgia with that. That was just a video I made that I thought was funny. Fort Livingstone, that's Alliance. Moshog, Ogre Mound. Ah, up here we get to the big old Zulugurub. So Zulugurub, it's one of my favorite dungeons, honestly. And I think it's because it's one of the first raids we ever did. Like, obviously there was Molten Core, but Zulugurub was one of the first kind of raids I think we completed. I think Zulugurub we beat before we did Molten Core. And so you get here, and you're just like, shit, dude, ZG. And I remember we had ZG Day. You know, you always remember that. Like, I remember Monday was the Nixio Day. ZG was Wednesdays, and then we would do the big raids on like Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday was an off day. But you know, just an amazing instance. I love the troll theme. I love the trees. I love the architecture. So when you think, it's like a Zul'Farrak, but in Stranglethorn. So instead of desert, it's all trees and stuff. I remember the bat boss. Oh my god, the bat boss, the spider boss. I actually didn't like the spider boss that much. Bloodlord. Oh my god, Bloodlord with his raptor. Oh shit, dude. So many good times. So many good times. The panther boss, the tiger boss. I remember tiger more than I did panther. I got the tiger mount. Oh my god, I gotta get on it here. Wait, what the? There's a blood elf here. Wait, this isn't a tiger mount. Where's my tiger mount? Oh, here it is. There we go. Here's the tiger mount. Now we're fitting. Now we're fitting into the environment. I love the rain here too. It's some good rain. Took me forever to farm this. I might as well tell the story now that I'm now that I'm here. So getting this tiger mount took a long ass time. I didn't even see it drop for years. Like, even when I rated it, never saw it drop. Hold on, let me just type something to somebody real quick. This is a high quality video, all right. As I answer something on Skype. Why am I using Skype still? I don't know. Other people haven't switched over to other things. Alright, so I didn't get this mount until it was almost not available. It was like 2 weeks before they were going to stop allowing you to, like, I forget what it was, like rating ZG, or they're switching it over to the 5-man it is now, or whatever it is now. I think they're swapping it over from that raid to the new one. And so I was like, all right, I might as well just go try to get it as the druid. Because I was a druid. It's like Wrath of the Lich King, so I could solo it pretty easily as a bear tank. And I was on this guy, speaking of which. And I just come here and be like, did we get the tiger mount? No, we didn't. And the one time, there's this dude, I don't even remember who it was, and I remember he was like, yo, can I come try and get the tiger mount with you? And I was like, yeah, I mean, I normally do it alone, but you can come with. And it dropped. And I was like, holy shit, dude, it dropped. And we rolled for it, and he won it. And I was like, oh my god, I can't believe it. And then he felt bad. And so he was like, yo, like, I mean, like, this is your run, right? I came with, like, it's alright, you can take it. And I was like, shit, dude. Like, are you serious? Like, really? And he was like, yeah, like, this was your run. I was like, I'm going to come with you, can take it. And so he gave it to me. He traded me the tiger mount, and I've had it ever since. And I think, like, a week later, he was like, I should have kept that tiger mount. Because everyone was talking about, like, oh my god, it's so rare. It's like, blah, blah. Especially on Horde, where you don't have these kind of cat mounts. And I think Alliance is more the Raptor mount. So that was just... That was something. And I'm obviously never going to forget that. So anyway, that's ZG. That's my fun little tiger mount story as we head on out of here. And let's head over to another fun place in ZG as I try to get over these waterfalls, which is Hemet Nessingwary. Hemet Nessingwary. Who can forget Hemet Nessingwary? You can't really forget him because he's been in so many expansions at this point. He's like in every expansion. But he was originally right here in Stranglethorn, up at this little encampment up here. Hey, here's the Venture Co. base camp and stuff. Never really liked that area, but it's okay. So we head over here, and is he down on this river? I think he's down on this river, from what I remember. And you always had to collect the Green Hills of Stranglethorn, all the pages. Usually you'd buy a few on the auction house, the ones you didn't have, and then turn it in, get the quest done. Here he is. Oh, is this it? Yeah, Nessingwary's Expedition. It didn't used to be like this. It used to just be like a couple tents and him on the beach or whatever, but it's grown since the Cataclysm, obviously. And now his son's here, Hemet Nessingwary Jr., as he's in the Burning Crusade in Outland. But it's just one of those things where you don't enjoy it at the time. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, I gotta collect these stupid pages. I gotta go kill tigers. I gotta kill these. I gotta kill blah, blah, blah. And then you realize, like, oh my god, I have so much nostalgia for it, and I don't know why. I didn't enjoy doing it at the time, but it's just a bunch of factors just adding up. And I'm like, alright, whatever. But yeah, just collecting the Green Hills of Stranglethorn. And one thing I've always thought was really cool ever since last BlizzCon, where it's maybe one or two BlizzCons ago, I got to interview Jeff Kaplan, the Overwatch guy, right? But Jeff Kaplan originally was on Vanilla WoW, and so I asked him, who's your favorite NPC in WoW? Because we kind of had the running joke going of like, oh, I guess, do you like Lee, or what's her name? The panda girl, Lily, or whatever her name is. But I was like, joking aside, like, who's your favorite WoW NPC? And he was like, Hemet Nessingwary, because he created him. Like, he was one of his original creations. He wanted to put Hemet Nessingwary in the game. And I was like, oh my god, you invented Hemet Nessingwary. Like everybody thinks of him as this Overwatch guy now, and I'm like, dude, he put Hemet Nessingwary in the game. And so I've always just thought of him as that now, just the Stranglethorn guy. So that's that. And up here is the ruins of Zulukunda. And I don't believe I don't think I have many memories up here. I do remember leveling here. I remember doing some quests. I remember talking to my friends as I leveled here, but, you know, nothing crazy. I don't have any, like, wacky stories to talk about or fun things. And then finally, I would say just out here, is this it? Yojamba Isle? I think this is it. One of these, like, there's the Savage Coast. Oh my god, the fishing tournaments. Who remembers the fishing tournaments? Do they still have those? Did they cancel those? Dude, I love the fishing tournaments. Going up and down the coast, like over here, like down here, Booty Bay. I love those. They need to bring those back. Gotta bring them back. If they haven't yet. Maybe they've never stopped, but I think they have stopped. I love doing those fishing tournaments. That was a very fun thing to do. And then over here, is this the island with all the troll stuff? Or did they get rid of it? Wait, this is just a bunch of elementals. Was it Yojamba? Did they get rid of the ZG Island? Huh. I think it was this island. They got rid of it. I just remember getting all my ZG gear here and stuff. Can you not even do that anymore? I guess you can't even do it anymore. I guess that's what all this burned out stuff is. Well, that might be a good place to end it here. So, thanks for listening to me ramble about my vanilla WoW and World of Warcraft stories. And if you have a suggestion on my next place to go to, put it in the comments below. And I will maybe go there and talk about my experiences of that zone. So, thanks for watching. I'll put some old episodes in the end slate. I'll also put in Orc vs. Wild in case you want to watch one of those. And I'll see you next time. Okay? Okay. See ya.